Hello, single person watching. My name is Scrape, and today, you can probably tell, things are a little different. I am currently outside of my school, and I have a spare period, so I thought, why not record a video? I'm a little weak, people don't think I am insane, but if there are any pauses, I will try to cut them out. In the background, there are going to be two speed paints. One of them is a draw this in your style I did of Peter and Loki. The original art should be in the corner. And the second one is a request I did for a friend. They are going through some issues right now, and I thought I would draw them something nice. It's their character Tiger. You'll also see their reference in the corner, and hopefully I will remember to link them both down below. But today, I don't actually know what I'm going to be talking about, because I'm a dumbass and forgot to remember. But that's okay, because I will attempt to figure something out, and that's what matters. So I figure something out eventually. I also have my mask on currently, because again, I'm outside, I'm not in the safety of my house. I'm a social recluse, and I've already had COVID once, and I don't want it again. So I'm thinking, because it's fitting, maybe I will do another school stories. Because I remember I left out a few things in my old video that I recently remember. That the memories resurfaced, and I had a trip down memory lane. So yeah, I think I'm going to be doing another school stories. This is just kind of assorted, no specific grade, no specific order. It's whatever comes to mind, comes to mind. I'm basically just gonna ramble for 30 minutes. And from there, you know, existence will exist. My next class, I forget when my next class starts, and that is okay. I'll probably hear a bell, because I think, there's a bell between each class. And because the regulations put in place, everybody needs to, people understand if you're a little late, especially because of the new pathways and stuff around the school. But I'm actually using the mic on my headphones, so I don't know how well this is going to turn out. I did a test run, and it was okay, but because I keep touching it and missing it, I don't know how that's gonna work. But that's okay. Some dude staring at me. We stand being crazy in 2020. Anyway, let's start this off with a tale from grade, I think it was 8. So gym has never been one of my strongest subjects. I've never really enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoy it sometimes. Like, we once did a walking module, but that was fun. We basically just took walks for the period. I really enjoyed that. The sun is out. It's hurting my eyes. But this module was rugby. You know what? I'm gonna take my mask off because I'm overheating and we're outside. So if there's a sudden shift in quality, that is why. Yes, the nice ambient sounds of the cars passing by. There we go, that's a little better. I had to readjust my hair because my headphones were sliding off my head. And now that I can edit, you guys don't have to deal with that anymore, which is absolutely 100% great. Anyway, where was I? So, rugby. Pretty sure it's rugby. Rugby or baseball. Like grade 8 baseball. We didn't have actual bases. We didn't have, anything normal. So it was probably, kickball then. Because we didn't have bats. We usually performed baseball with, interchangeable with kickball. Because we played them basically the same. And I was on a base because I'm like, hey, let's try to actually participate this time. Usually I would just stand off to the side in the field and do absolutely nothing. But I was like, okay, let's try to participate. Let's try to be a functioning member of society. So I took a base. I think I was on third base. And if you don't know, wow, can I talk? Probably not. The way that we did it was, people on bases are responsible for getting people out. If you catch the ball and touch the base with the ball, you can get the current person out, unless they have already touched the base. If they touch the base, they are safe. But if the ball touches the base before they do, they are out. So say someone is trying to get to third base, but they have yet to touch second base. If you touch second base with the ball, they are out. If they land on second base before you touch it with the ball, they are still in. But if then they continue going to third base, and the ball is at third base, if you touch the ball to the base, they are out. I'm probably explaining that really horribly, but that's how things work in kickball, I think. That's from what I remember. So I was on third base. Back to the actual story, not trying to explain kickball for the person that doesn't remember how to play kickball. And I was on third base. Obama's on third base. Fucking Curtis Connor reference for any of you hip boyos out there. But I was trying to be a functioning member of society. But I was also fucking horrible at this game. So there's this little old me in my Skylanders t-shirt and frickin' sweatpants. Still my fashion sense to this day. And I'm just like, person's passing. I'm trying my best. I'm not doing very good, but I'm trying my best. And I'm quickly losing motivation. So I stopped trying. For the most part, I'm like still trying, but I'm like not actually putting my all into it, because I don't think my all is very good. So my all is, to myself, my all was basically not very good. So I'm like, well, if it's not very good, then let's just not be very good. Live up to our expectations, you know? So I don't know what I am. Is that Miss White? That's not Miss White. She was my old librarian. I don't think it is, but there's another story with her. She was a sweet woman. But I crap. So in my not social scrape, in my social scrape. Can I talk? I don't think so. I hit my funny bone. In my gym class, there were these two jackasses. I think you know where this is going. I have to put my bag on the ground. Because actually, I'm gonna put it on the table bag. I'm sorry, bunny, you might be crushed. Wow, look at me go. I am just having a hell of a time. Hell of a boss. What am I saying? So I'm on third base. I've repeated that at least 10 times now. But I'm on third base. And I'm not doing the best I could possibly do. I'm kind of just jumping around trying to get the ball, but a lot of other people are quicker than me, and the ball ends up getting passed by me. So these two jackasses come up to me, and I'm gonna call them Tweedledum and Tweedledee, because that's what they were. One of them was this lanky-ass dude that I tried to befriend on his first day of school, because he was the new kid. And I was like, hey, why not? Let's put myself out there. He turned out to be a complete utter jackass. It wasn't Zach. This is grade 8. I believe Zach was was either grade 8 or grade 9, and Zach was already out of school by then. And so Tweedle is like tall, lanky ass jock. Think like jock without the muscle. Personality of a typical jock, the body of a twink, and just freaking like scary. He scared me. I'm not gonna lie, he scared me. And then he had Tweedledum, who is basically like, think like baby Rottweiler. Now, I like Rottweilers. This dude is the stereotypical Rottweiler, baby Rottweiler. It's just like small, puggy. Like, I think Rottweiler is the type of dog I'm thinking about, but like, he would follow Tweedledee everywhere. I kind of felt bad for him, because from conversations I had overheard, they didn't care for him in the slightest, and I understand what it's like to be in a friend group that just basically brings you along because they feel obligated to, not because they like you. That doesn't give him a pass for his actions, but oh my god, I understand. So Tweedledee and Tweedledum are coming up to me, and I can already sense the dread in the air. It's like final boss battle music is playing. The world's going to shit. And so I look over and I'm like, excuse me, what is happening? What is happening? Long ass bell. Okay, it turned off. If people start coming out, I'm going to assume it's a fire drill or a fire. But it's not time for my next period yet. I don't think. No, it's 9 still, like. Let me check one moment, BRB. Yeah, my next period doesn't start till 10:28, so I have no idea what that was. Unless we're still doing TA, but I don't think we are. Unless we are. My school gives me absolutely no information on anything, so there's probably somewhere I can find it, but we had TA for the first 2 periods, like first 2 days we were back in, but we're not supposed to exist in that room because there's no social distancing whatsoever. There's no social distancing in my school whatsoever either, but there's like negative social distancing in that room because there's like 40 kids jammed in there because TA was made before social distancing protocols were put in place. But whatever. That sounds like fire truck. Is there a fire? I do not smell fire. So this is going off the rails. Oh yeah, that's a fire truck right there. That's a fucking Zoomy boy. Red Zoomy boy. Anyway. So these two people, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are coming over to me. And like, final boss battle music's playing in my head. I'm like, oh shit, oh no. I don't want to deal with these jackasses today. Wow. I thought the bread truck was. There's so many people coming out of school. I'm going to just sit here and cease to exist. Okay, I'm safe. I dislike people. Recording this in the open air is a risky thing for me because people already think I'm crazy. Talking to myself is a little bit crazy, but anyway. Final boss battle music. And they stop beside me on my base. Now, these dudes were on my team. And I think we were in intermission. No, the game was still going on. That's what was strange about it, they're just nonchalantly walking over to me. They're on my team. They're supposed to be playing. I'm playing. I'm trying to play. Nobody passes to me because I'm the weak son of a bitch on the team. But I'm on third. Bomb is on third. And I'm just like trying to focus, and then Tweedledee kind of clears his voice and is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm playing." "No, you're not." "Yeah, I am." I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I've had run-ins with these dudes before. I don't want to deal with this today. And then, like, he's like, "Get off third." I'm like, "No, I was given third. This is what I've been assigned. I'm doing this. I chose this. Fuck off." I didn't say that. I'm like, "No, what?" In my head, I'm just like, fuck. Pardon my excessive language. And so he's just like, "Get off third. I'm taking it." I'm like, "No, you're outfield. You're supposed to be outfield. You do freaking outfield things. You're not doing outfield." Like, he's getting on my case for not playing the game, and he's like just sitting there talking to me. Like, I'm trying to focus on the game, but I'm getting like, I get heated really easily when it comes to things, so I think he knew that. And he's just like, "You're doing a piss poor job, get off third." I'm like, so what if I'm doing a piss poor job? It's like, we're in middle school. It's a middle school game of kickball. We're supposed to be having fun, not trying to like win the fucking league. Like, I can understand if I was like on a team. What is that bird doing? It's a chubby magpie. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this because I'm kind of removing the audio, but chubby magpie. He fell down from the tree. Oh, there he goes. Baby boy. Anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, he do hop. He's climbing. Look at him go. He's climbing the tree. Baby boy. Anyway. Play-by-play on the magpies. Oh. Wow. Anyway. Oh, there he goes. He flies. I get so distracted so easily. Anywho. And Tweedledum hasn't said a word yet, but he like starts piping up and is like, "Yeah, Skylanders girl, get off third." And I'm like, for those of you who don't know, I'm trans. Female to male. F to M. I know technically non-binary, but I'm transitioning to a more masculine physique, so he, they pronouns are what works for me. I was out in grade 9, grade 8, around that time. Like, I knew I wasn't female at that time, and I'm pretty sure everybody else knew that too. I mean, I can't say for certain, but the way he said it made me think that he knew I wasn't female, but he wanted to get under my skin anyway, and I could be reading into it, but knowing this douche, it was probably, think like the lackeys from all those horrible Disney movies. Hey, human beings. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that out or not, but anyway, where was I? Obama's on third. I gotta keep repeating the same joke till it lands, you know? Like, these douches are trying to heckle me off third base, and I'm not having it. Like, I don't want confrontation today. I'm already pissy. I know I'm not doing good at the game. I don't need you to rub it in. And then, this is one of the, both get off third base Skylanders girl and this line are the ones I remember. They've been, like, ingrained in my brain. Insane in the membrane. Anyway. They're like, Tweedledee is just like, "You're the reason we're losing the game. Get off third." And like, I don't care who you are, the authority you think you have. Even if a person frickin' sucks at the game, you do not tell them they're the reason you're losing the game. It is a team effort, and yes, if a lot of the team isn't pulling their weight, which I most definitely wasn't, I was trying to, but I know I wasn't, they probably already realize they're doing a piss poor job. And if they don't, you be nice about it. You, like, try to build them up, try to get their like, self-esteem up. You don't go up to them and say, give me your position. You're the reason we're losing the game. And there's wind. Sorry if you guys hear, the winds. Because there's wind. But they're like, you're the reason we're losing the game. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, fine, okay, take fucking third base. I don't give a crap. So of course I switch places with them, so I'm in outfield. And of course you can only have one person on base, but of course they're both on base, because they're freaking dumb Tweedledee. Frickin', wow, frickin' chicken. Killing frickin' chickens. KFC. Where is my brain? I think it flew away. The magpie took it. Magpie took my brain. So they're like laughing, and it's like, look at Skylanders, go. I also forgot to mention when he said that Skylanders girl, he started going off about my shirt, because I was wearing my Skylanders shirt. It's one of my favorite. It's a blue Trap Team t-shirt. And I've been wanting to I actually one time designed my own Skylanders shirt. It was of the Chaos Quartet. Basically a group of 4 AU Chaoses that I made up. Second Leaf, Nightwalker, Mirror, and Marked. Which Marked has now become Void. I mean, technically Marked still exists, but I basically took his story, I took his butchered story, made it better, shoved it into the MCU, and made Void. Void's an MCU AU. Void is an MCU OC. He's the living embodiment of the Reality Stone. He's also the character I use for my Animal Crossing videos. But anywho, fuck. Look at me tick, ticking. Up my hood goes. I hate it when people wear hoods over their headphones. But you know what? I'm cold. Nobody's here. It's a logical thing to do. I'm toasty warm now. Checking the time. I've got a good half an hour, I'm gonna say. 20 minutes. Enough time. So I leave. Still hear him heckling, like, look at Skylanders go run. And I sit in the field for the rest of the game. Yeah, that's the end of the story. Sit in the field for the rest of the game, because I am sick and tired of these assholes. Another story that has Tweedledum in it. I think it was the one time he was away from Tweedledee, or he was with another Tweedledee. He had a lot of Tweedledees. But he's like, we were in gym. I was sitting in the corner. Because that's what I do during gym. We were inside this time, not outside, before we were outside. But now we're inside in the oxygen. Past the aux cord, past the oxygen. You better not play E-I-O. It's like, frickin', hi. I'll also link that song in the description. Patricia Taxon is a genius when it comes to music. I love her stuff so much. Oh, there's leaves falling. Welcome to fall. Autumn. Which do you guys prefer, fall or autumn? They're the same season, but like, which word do you prefer? Hi, Magpie. He's back. Chubby Borb baby. There's seagulls. Did you know seagulls don't exist? Gulls exist, but seagulls are not an actual classification of gull. And seagulls don't actually live by the sea, usually. Anyway, we're still in gym. I had him in my gym class. This is just going to be a Tweedledum story. I had him in my gym class. I had also him in my drama class, but this is still gym. I think this was the same year. If the first one was in grade 8, this would be in grade 9. No. This one, yes. Maybe. No. The drama one was in grade 8, I think. I don't know. Grade 8, grade 9, that area. Don't know how it all lines up, because my memory is shit. Except for when you insult me calling Skylanders girl. Comment Skylanders girl down below. Skylanders boy. I am now Skylanders boy. B-O-I. Boy. What am I doing? Anyway, so I'm sitting in the corner. He's sitting on the bench. Good thing we were both out at the time. I think it was like fitness training. Cause another thing, my gym basically treated us like we were would-be Olympic athletes. Which I can understand wanting to strive for greatness when you're doing stuff like that. But they would push us until we puked. Like, I don't know if this shit's legal, but my gym teachers, we had to run the beep test every year. I'm going off on a tangent, this is also fine. But we had to run the beep test every year. I have asthma. It's really hard for me. And the beep test, if you don't know, or the Pacergram fitness test, is a multi-level yada yada. It's basically a thing where you start on one end of the gym, and you run back and forth in time with the beep, and each beep gets quicker. And they would shame you if you didn't get higher than your previous score. Anyway, they would freaking, like, can I talk? Probably not. They would push kids so much. Like, there had been girls, like, throwing up in the girls' locker room because they had pushed themselves too hard. And the gym encouraged it. Like, they basically said, don't stop until you feel like you're going to puke. Like, that was my gym teacher's exact wording. We had 3. One of them gave me, like, he was nice, but at moments it was, like, too nice, and it also didn't help that he looked like the stereotypical pedophile. He was really sweet, but also I've been tainted by media and my life, so I am always like, where's the ulterior motive? There would be girls coming throwing up after the fitness test. One time I got 7. I got 7.1. That was my highest score ever. I actually tried. I think it was the short way, not the long way of the gym, because it was a rectangle, and when you're in younger grains, you do the short way, younger grains. Where all grains of rice, grains of salt, salty crafter. Anyway, so gym. I'm sitting in the corner. We're in the aux gym. It's the smaller gym connected to the main gym. I'm sitting in the corner, and he's sitting on the bench by the corner I'm sitting in. And I go to scratch my nose. And I have had a habit of TMI, but I've had a habit of picking my nose in the past. So it's, every time I touch my nose, I will instinctively put my finger on my lip. I don't pick my nose anymore. But I still have the muscle memory of my finger goes near my nose, put it on my lip. Because I was a weird kid. So I'm scratching my nose. But it's on the side that's faced away from him. And for some reason he was staring at me, so he just shouts at the top of his lungs, like, ew, are you picking your nose? I kind of look over at him, and of course my muscle memory, so I put it on my lip, and he's like, are you eating it? Ew. A dead name's eating her boogers. Ew. And it's just like, what the fuck? Shut up. I don't say that, but I'm like, I just ignore him. I was done with his shit by then, so I'm like, no, excuse me. Last story, because this is already getting pretty long. I'm existing. I'm vibing. We're straight vibing here. And it was drama class, so we're no longer in gym or in drama. These happened around the same time. Same year. Around the same, I think it was grade 8. I don't remember. Anyway, job class. I'm in a group with Tweedledum. Tweedledee wasn't in it. Tweedledum, one of the dudes that just passed me, who I'm going to shorten to Dittum. His name's Dittum. So we have Tweedledum, Dittum, and Alexi. I'm decent with Alexi, so I'm going to use his real name, so I don't have to think of anything else. Or I could just call him Russian Spy. That's a whole other story, but I'm in a drama group with them, and we have to put on children's plays. We basically have to rewrite a children's play, and we had The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Absolutely no work got done. And he wasn't too bad in that class, probably because we were under supervision for most of the time, and we were in the same group. But it was still just like, I was the only quote-unquote girl in the class. Oh, just saying that makes me uncomfortable. But not in the class, in the group. And so I'm the only one working on the play. I'm the only one transcribing it from the book. I'm formatting it. I'm editing it. I'm doing all this shit. They're talking about, like, I don't know, dead babies. They would talk about weird shit. Lexi's a little better than them. He still wasn't the best, but I could tolerate him sometimes. But Tweedledum and Diddum were just, oh boy, they were wild, man. Not wild in a good way, or wild in the, oh boy, oh shit, oh no. If I'm seen with these people, I'm going to get in trouble just for association. Out of the blue one day, Tweedledum just comes up and asks me, this is how I knew he knew I wasn't a girl. This is it. Because this was before that incident. And he's like, so what are you? I'm like, excuse me? He's like, what are you? I'm like, human. He's like, no, what's your gender? I'm like, I'm transmasc. Because I'm open about it. Like, I don't feel there's a need to hide it. And I know he couldn't do anything to me because he was half my size. I was tall back then, man. I was tall. But he's like, you're what? I'm like, transmasc. I was born one gender, but now male. And at the time, I was with Shane in a relationship. So we go on talking, because I like educating people. I feel it's fun. Like, as long as the discussion is carried out in a polite and democratic way, I find it fun. And he didn't seem to quite understand, but we were talking, and so he brings up the topic of, so, are you and together? And I'm like, yeah, we are. And he's like, so what's your sexuality then? I'm like, I'm pan. He's like, pan? You're attracted to cooking? Like, silverware? Like, pans? I'm like, haha, haven't heard of that one a million times. No, dingus. It just means I'm attracted to people regardless of their gender. And we could get into the pan versus bi debate. Both are valid, both are equally acceptable. And so a lot of the stories in drama weren't as bad as in gyms. It also depended on who he was hanging around with. We had definitely a lot of South Park conversations, I would say. Like, the type of conversations you hear in South Park, and like, nobody would fucking say that in real life. Tweedledum, Diddum, and Alexi would. They that's what he's like. Tweedledum is like mini Cartman. Like mini posse Cartman. Nice outfit. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Have a good day. You too. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there are any other incidents in drama. They weren't as bad as Jim, but oh yeah, I ended up doing the project all on my own. I told the teacher that I was the one that made the script and I did it all on my own. And I'm like, I'm just gonna leave them with the script. They can figure it out, because they hadn't given me a role. Like, I did the script, they did the acting. That was the little thing. Even though I wanted to be the wolf, but no, I got to be the wolf in grade 10 for the Three Little Pigs. But I love drama. I have it next semester. I don't know how we're gonna do it this year, but I'm really hoping we can put on Be More Chill for the school play, musical play thing. I ended up performing a poem that I wrote myself. And this was grade 8. This was near the end of the school year. So I performed a poem. The teacher ended up calling my mom after I performed the poem, because she was worried about my mental health. Probably gonna cut this out again, but... Hello? What are you doing? What do? Pretty bored. The camera does not capture how pretty that bird is. Oh my god. If I had hash browns, I would give you some. Do you wanna come sit by me?